Hey guys, Maniac here, and I'm here with some more Maniac Reviews, and today for Maniac Reviews, I'm gonna be reviewing Dawn of the Planet of the... God damn it. The apes are back. I'm not gonna deal with this guy. Every goddamn day. Alright, so Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I'm just gonna be calling it Planet of the Apes to make this a bit simple. First things I need to mention before we get started is that this is a movie that is a prequel. This is a movie that is a sequel to the prequel of the Planet of the Apes movies that came out, oh god, like in the 70s or 80s. Long time ago. Yeah. So let's start off with characters. So we have Andy Serkis as Caesar, Gary Oldman as Dreyfus, I think is how they pronounce the movie. Jason Clarke as Malcolm, one of the main characters. He's the main human character. Caesar is, of course, the main monkey character. Kerry Russell as Ellie, Malcolm's, I guess, wife, girlfriend thing, partner of love. Cody Smith-McPhee, who plays Alexander, who is Malcolm's son, and Toby Kebbell, who's Koba, I guess you could say the bad ape of the movie, the bad guy, along with Dreyfus. So you kind of have, it actually, you know, it'll be mentioned kind of in the storyline and negatives and positives. Anyways, though, as far as characters go, I really like the characters in this. There was a lot of, I don't really see this a lot, but, you know, of course, when you're working with, in the business, when you're working with CGI characters and you're having to talk to a CGI, like something that might not even be there. I think they did this with motion capture, with some of the scenes, but I don't know with some of the other ones. I don't know how it worked. But there's just, they did a really good job of mixing, of, you know, kind of showing the character difference and having, you know, the foils there for certain characters such as like Koba and Caesar, Dreyfus and Malcolm, I think were the two biggest ones I saw in that movie. But yeah, as far as characters go, characters were great, acting was really good on all sides, and yeah, so let's go on to storyline. Alright, so storyline for this movie is basically kind of like the first Planet, like the original Planet of the Apes, which is after a virus 10 years ago, after the movie with James Franco 10 years ago. This is 10 years after this movie. There was a virus that happened, basically putting mankind to what the apes thought was extinction. Later on in the movie, you find out that the apes find out that humans are still alive, and in San Francisco, they are habited and are basically trying to rebuild back society, but once they come across the apes, a war begins between humans and apes because of two idiot people, I guess. It really comes down to Dreyfus, whatever, who was really stupid and wanted to do this one thing, and then it came down to Koba, who was just this crazy ape, going insane and disregarding everything that Caesar said, which Caesar is the main ape. But yeah, as far as storyline goes, storyline was great. It was presented well. It was done well. And I can't really complain about that much about the storyline. It was a nice storyline. It was, kind of wraps up some things that they left hanging in the last movie, which is good. And yeah, but let's get on to positives and negatives, because I got a lot for this section, I think. Alright, so positives and negatives. Holy crap, I have to start off with negatives because there is absolutely no negatives. I think the only thing I didn't like about this movie was some of the stuff that didn't really make sense to me, such as, or basically like, there was some stuff that just kind of happened with the characters like there was a point where it went from Malcolm or Caesar not like kind of hating Malcolm to like 30 minutes later they're best friends. Now I don't know whether that was because of the circumstances that ended up happening in between that 30 minutes or what, but they immediately just become enemies and stuff, or they go from being like enemies almost to best friends. And the way kind of Koba goes throughout the movie is really weird, because he starts out being, you know, this I will obey you master thing, to then this I hate you, Caesar, I'm gonna kill you kind of thing. So I guess some of the character development was a bit weird. But other than that, this movie was great. There wasn't that much. I loved. There was this weird kind of connection that they did between the apes and the humans, that made them. That they made them look almost like they were the same. They were the same kind of. The apes looked like humans to me, and the humans looked like humans to me. They both looked human-like. They both almost had the same struggles, had same ideals and stuff, and there was peace, and like the way that they had the characters, like it was great how they had the characters done and everything. Honestly, I have to say this is, again, one of the best movies I've seen all summer. On top of like stuff like Godzilla or, yeah, really just Godzilla. That's the only one I think of. I've seen so many movies this summer. Holy crap. Or like First Class. That wasn't bad either. Those are the ones I can think off the top of my head. But no, like this was a great movie. I came out of the theater going, wow. I did not expect this to be this good. I will admit, I didn't expect this to be a good movie. The reason why is because the last movie was to me. I didn't like it that much. It was an okay movie, but this movie it was really good. I really liked it. I couldn't complain. There was just, and Andy Serkis, the motion capture king, alright, did an absolutely phenomenal job. And one of the guys, as I was leaving the theater, when I was leaving, he goes, well, that's the first time an ape's gonna win an Oscar. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this movie got nominated for Oscars. It was so just... I almost shed a tear at a point. Like, there was some stuff that was going on, and I almost, like, I shed a few tears. I was just like, oh, no. And then, like, freaking Maurice. Okay, there's this one... I have to mention this guy, because there's this one orangutan in the movie whose name is Maurice, and he is the cutest and most adorable thing ever. And like there are points in the movie where he just gets like this like really sad look on his face, and I'm just like, oh. And I'm just like, it's so cute. Give me that orangutan, because I like orangutans. They're awesome. They're cute. I know I'm sounding like a little girl right now, but I don't care. And like you see the two societies, the ape society and the ape society and the human society, and you see how they correlate together, and you see how really they think that there's such a big difference when there really isn't. There's just so much to this movie that I loved. This is one of those movies where you go and you see it and you come out of the movie like, wow, I could see it on a lot of other people's faces. Just, wow, did not see that coming, did not see this coming. I did not see a lot of I could overhear people going, wow, that was better than I thought it would be. And honestly, I think a lot of people had low standards for this, and it blew me away. It was a really good movie. It was way better than I thought it would be. Like I said, I didn't really have that much problem. There wasn't that many things that I could pick out of the movie, which is usually really hard because I'm usually really critical. I usually don't give anything a 5 out of 5. And this movie for rating is going to get a 5 out of 5. This movie was so good. I have to say this was probably the best movie I've seen all summer. And also, they give you a fine line of good drama. It's not like, what the hell drama? It's good drama. And action, they give you a good amount of action where it needs to be put, the whole movie was also somewhat of a mind fuck, alright? Not gonna lie, pretty just whoa, 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 stuff you don't see coming, stuff that happens that you're just like, wow, okay, this is awesome. And I think they set it up for a bit of a sequel, which, if they did, I wouldn't mind at all. This movie was so great that I would probably go see this again. Now, this is one of those, with movies with me, there's always a thing that I look for when it comes to sequels. When it's a second movie sequel, not a third movie or fourth movie, there's always, this is a second, I'm kind of counting this as a second sequel. Either it's going to be a hit or a miss. Either you're going to miss so terribly that this is going to be the worst thing you ever saw, like Spider-Man 2. Or this is going to be such a great movie that you want to go see this again, and you want them to make a sequel, right? Now that barely happens when it comes to making a second movie. I don't know why, but every time I go see a sequel to something, or a trilogy to something, they always screw up with the second movie. Jurassic Park, Spider-Man, in my opinion, what was it called? X-Men, the second movie I did not really like. I know people think that the second X-Men is probably like one of the best X-Men I've heard, but I personally didn't think it did that well. Transformers, that's known to be like one of the worst movies ever as far as movies go, the second Transformers. And they didn't do this, and that's why I'm always scared going into sequels. That's why I'm scared for when they bring out the new Jurassic Park, Avengers. I feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like they're going to screw up Avengers so bad with this next one. I don't know why, but I'm having this feeling that in 2015 I'm going to go see that movie and it's going to be horrible. And like, but then you get the few good ones. You get, Captain America, Thor, now Apes. Even like some of them that are even better than the first one. And this movie was that second movie that was better than the first one. And like I said, I can't complain. I highly recommend, if you were looking to go see a good summer movie, this is the movie to go see. I will say I've never cried in a theater. I will admit I did cry a bit to this movie. They get you so emotionally attached. I could go on for hours about how good this movie is, but I want to keep it short. So I want to thank you all. Please go watch this movie. I'm now begging you. Give them, they deserve so much credit for this movie. And I really hope this is, I'll check at the end of the weekend, but I really hope this is not one of those movies that tanks down. This deserves so much credit. This was such a great movie. Anyways, I want to thank you all for watching. Next week, we got The Purge Anarchy coming in. So excited for that movie. Again, here comes the sequel curse. It's either going to be a hit or a miss. We'll see where it is. I'm excited because I love the first Purge. But thank you guys for watching. Never subscribe, favorite, like, and all the fun stuff. And I'll see you guys next time on whatever I make. Here's gonna dragon. A peace out. A boobity boop boop.